Hey guys, welcome to SpiritualiTEA. I am Finesse and this is my channel Embracing Expansion. So I'm going to be sharing with you little observations that I made about my spiritual journey. Some of them are even reflections. And today I want to talk about talking to yourself. Yep, you heard me right. Somebody once told me it's okay to talk to yourself as long as you're not answering yourself. I answer myself, guys, and I'm totally okay with it. It's healthy to talk to yourself. I feel like the only place you can get real honesty is from yourself, about yourself. You can get honest, you can get other people's opinions, but the truth always really comes from you, your gut, your intuition, right? So I remember when I was a child, I didn't always have someone to play with, right? So I'm sure a lot of us did that, where we would like play with our fingers or our dolls and have full-on conversations, like arguments and all, just be talking to ourselves. I used to do that a lot, and I remember my mom's friend came over one time and he heard me and he was like, "What is she doing?" And my mom was like, that's how she is, that's what she does, that's how she is. And another time I remember it used to really like annoy my mom, and she'd be like, "Stop talking to yourself." And I didn't understand why, because to me that's, you know, it was okay. It was like I was an only child for about, not an only child, but I was raised alone for about the first maybe 10 years of my life. I lived with my mom, and my little sister lived with our aunt. So yeah, so I was used to talking to myself, and I didn't think that I would carry this into my adult life. But okay, the furthest I remember talking to myself was I was living in an abandoned house, so I didn't have anywhere to stay, and I was staying in this abandoned house, and I was feeling really stressed out. Like, I was so stressed because the house had no utilities or anything, and I had no food or whatever, and I was feeling so like bad about everything. I had just lost my job because I couldn't go to work. I had missed work, and so they fired me. And I understand why they fired me, because, well, I couldn't make it to work, and it was because I didn't have any resources to get to work, right? So anyway, I say we, me and myself and I. So anyway, I was really stressed, and I just heard a voice in my mind, in my head, say, "Just talk." And I just started to talk. And I remember, guys, it sounds really crazy, but I remember talking out loud, asking myself questions, and deciding that I was going to answer. I've always been really good at imitating accents, so I decided that I was going to answer myself using a different accent to get different perspectives. So I would ask myself about what are we going to do, and I would answer in a different accent. And I realized that as I started talking to myself a lot, like, I started feeling better. Like, and I was like, this is really helping. So one of my voices would encourage me, and the other one would like play like on both sides, like give kind of like devil's advocate, like what if this doesn't happen, and then my other voice would, it sounds scary, I know, but it is really what got me through a lot of difficult times. And especially in those moments when it was really challenging, I remember that voice saying, "This only makes your story a bit more interesting," you know, and or imagine how this is going to relate when you grow up and you can tell people and encourage people through it. So this started really young, and I remember watching certain TV shows like Xena the Warrior Princess, or Power Rangers, and Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon was like my favorite, and I would always resonate more with the hero, and so I would always speak to myself based, like, I would always adopt the energy of those people. And it still happens to this day when I watch something and I'm always drawn to the hero, or not the hero, I wouldn't say the hero, but the subject of the movie, meaning that, like, let's say we're watching The Last Airbender, which I'm watching right now. The one who has the powers to harness, the one who has the purpose, is the one I'm always drawn to. So I would find myself talking to, that's really how I speak to myself. I speak to myself like I have that purpose. So I've learned that it's totally healthy. I mean, reflecting on that, looking back on that, I did feel a way to do it around others when I became more aware that it was something I did, so I'd wait until I was alone. But I now do it openly. Like, I'll be walking in the supermarket in an aisle, and I'll be like, so this is that price and this amount. Finish. Or I pick up something and I'll be like, Finesse, you do not need that. Put that back. Like, I do it all the time now. And I don't feel embarrassed of it because I know what it's doing for me. I know that I am happy that I can do that for myself. Be my own voice of reason, or be my own, well, not, yeah, I guess you could say be my own voice of reason, or provide myself, or be open to receiving my voice of reason anywhere that I am, with whatever tone that I am in. I'll be driving. That's always an example. I'm driving and I'm about to overtake a vehicle because he or she's driving slow in front of me. And then I would literally talk myself out of it, like, Finesse, where are you going that's so important that you feel a need to overtake? Say something like, what if you're just being protected from something by that person driving slower in front of you, just preventing you from some being a part of something that's not, that's not good. And I talk myself out of the situation. So I just want to encourage you guys to talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. That is where develop talk to yourself. Listen to yourself. This is from my personal experience. I love talking to myself. I would do it in the presence of my partner, and he'd be like, what did you say? I'd be like, oh, no, I was just talking to myself. And he'd be like, he would say to me, you're always talking to yourself. I say, yeah, that's what I do. That's really, and I'm learning also that it's not necessarily always me talking to myself, as in conscious me. It's like subconscious me talking to myself, or guiding me. And I'm so grateful that I am this open to receiving guidance from my higher self or spirit. So don't be afraid to talk to yourself. If you don't want to do it around people, but still do it, like still have conversations with yourself out loud. That is where that is like a healthy thing to do, man. And then I thought it wasn't for so long, and now I do it any and everywhere. When I'm driving in my car, I'm sure people think maybe I have a speakerphone on. No, I'm just talking to myself out loud in my car with my windows down. So it's healthy to talk to yourself. Do that more. I just want to encourage you to talk to yourself more out loud, not in your head, out loud. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning into Spirituality today. Yeah, have a wonderful day. I know this advice was really different, maybe not something that you've heard probably before, but I encourage you to talk to yourself. That's where you learn to communicate, and you learn what works for you, and who you are, what you want, how you want to be. You can, even if you could also record it, like we spoke about in Embracing Expansion this week. But yeah, talk to yourself. You'll listen. You'll understand. It's for your own good. It's really for your good.